I sing in Velach jetzt ein Lied, Hootsatsa, Hootsatsa. Ich glaub, das Lied ist sehr gut, Hootsatsa, Hootsatsa. Heute das Lied wird gefallen. Hootsa, Hootsatsa, wer macht zufriedenstellen. Hootsa, Hootsatsa. Now in English for the Yiddish impaired. Let me sing my song for you, Hootsatsa, Hootsatsa. It's straight from 2nd Avenue. Hootsatsa, Hootsatsa. I tell a joke, a little vitzel. Hootsa, Hootsatsa, to make you laugh, to give a kitzel. Hootsa, Hootsatsa, Hootsa, mama, mama, Hootsa, mama, mama, new and shine. Hootsa, mama, mama, shine, and shine. It's 11 o'clock at night. It's a cold night, a bitter night, windy, rainy, snowing, sleeting. A night not fit for man or beast. Man knocks on a bakery window. The baker opens up the door. The gentleman says, Mr. Baker, I would like to have, please, 1 roll with seeds. The baker says, are you crazy, sir? You came out on a night like tonight with the wind, the rain, the cold, the sleet, the snow. You came out for 1 roll with seeds? He says, that's it. That's all I want. 1 roll with seeds. Baker says, sir, are you married? He said, what then? My mother would send me out on a night like this. I went to get myself some meat, Hootsatsa, Hootsatsa. I had some blintzes, hot and sweet, Hootsatsa, Hootsatsa. Oh, the blintzes tasted good to me. Hootsa, Hootsatsa. It woke me up at 3:30. Hootsa, Hootsatsa. It's not so funny. I have trouble with food. My wife dresses to kill and cooks the same way. True. I came home for dinner the other night, she was crying. She said, the dog just ate the brisket I made for dinner. I said, don't cry, I'll buy you another dog. Man's in a cemetery and he's beating on a grave and he's yelling, "Oi, why did you die? Oi, why did you die?" So I asked him, who died? He said, my wife's first husband. Why did you... Ah, my neighbor's wife is very nice. Hootsatsa, Hootsatsa. She came to see me once or twice. Hootsatsa, Hootsatsa. She played my heart just like a fiddle. Hootsa, Hootsatsa. A husband walked in the middle. Hootsa, Hootsatsa. Hootsa, mama, Hootsa, mama, Hootsa, mama, Hootsa, mama, no, and shut. 2 men in a schwitz. First man. Oi. Oi, 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 oi. Oi, ay, au, 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 au. Oi, wer ist mir? Oi. Oi, 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 au, 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 oi, ah, 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 oh, oh. His friend says, where you running? Same schwitz, 2 different men. First man says, TGIF. His friend says, TGIF? What the hell does that mean? He says, you don't know? You don't know what it means, TGIF? It's the talk of the 90s. It's hep talk, jive talk. You want to walk the walk, you better talk the talk, buddy. TGIF means, thank God it's Friday. The friend says, Azoy. SHIT. He says, what is that? He says, so happens it's Thursday. I went to take myself a schwitz, Hootsatsa, Hootsatsa, Amachai is such a hit, Hootsatsa. I went to lose weight like I oughta, Hootsa, Hootsatsa, so now I'm thin but 2 feet shorter, Hootsa. I gotta tell you about my family. I have a grandmother, God bless her. She's 86 years young. 86 years young. I took her to the dentist and he made her a new set of teeth. Next day she's back in the office. She says, Doctor, the teeth what you made me, they don't fit, they glitch and it's rubbing on the sides and they don't fit. So he takes her in the office, he files down the teeth and he sends her home. Next day she's back in the office. She says, hey doctor, I don't know what you did to me, but today it's worse than yesterday. The teeth, they don't fit, they glitch and gedreht mit einer Bagens. I don't want the teeth, they don't fit. He says, try them a few more days. She says, they don't fit. He says, wait a minute. They don't fit when you talk or when you eat. She said, no, they don't fit at night in the glass. I was Grandma's in Florida. She calls me up on the phone. She says, "Hey, Bruce Adler, I'm so glad you're in Florida. I want you to come to see the new condo I bought. It's a beautiful condo, the 30th floor, a view of the ocean. Ich will as die sollst da nur haben. You should have pleasure." She says, "Now when you come, there's a door with a lot of buttons. So you look for the button that has my name on it, and with your elbow, you'll push that button and I'll buzz you in. Then you go to the elevator. With your elbow, you'll push the button, you go in the elevator, and you'll see penthouse. So with the elbow, you'll push penthouse, you'll go upstairs. When you get upstairs, there's penthouse west, penthouse east. I'm in penthouse west. With your elbow, you'll push the button and I'll let you in." I said, "Grandma, why am I pushing with my elbow?" She said, "You're not coming empty-handed, are you?" And my grandfather, he's a piece of work too. I spoke to him the other day. I said, "Grandpa, how you doing? How you feeling?" He said, "Oi, boyla, I'm fine. I was by the doctor, and he gave me a checkup, and the heart is perfect, the lungs are perfect, the Mugen kocht, everything is wonderful. He even gave me a special medicine. I was starting to have trouble with my memory. I couldn't remember things. He gave me a special medicine, and now I remember everything, jedes Pitzel." I said, "That's great, Grandpa. What did he give you?" He said, "Well, he gave me a medicine, and he gave me, it was, it'll come to me. Sounds like the flower with the long stem with the thorns." I said, "Rose?" He said, yeah. "Rose, what did the doctor give me?" And my grandmother has a lovely neighbor, Mrs. Ginsburg, also in her 80s. She went to her doctor. She says to the doctor, "Doctor, please, could you give me, please, a prescription for birth control pills?" He looks at her, he says, "Mrs. Ginsburg, you're in your 80s. You don't need birth control pills." She says, "Doctor, I know what I want. I know what I need. Please give me a prescription birth control pills." So he gives her the prescription, sends her home. 30 days later, she comes back for her next checkup. He says, "How you feeling, darling?" She says, "Hey, Doctor, I can't tell you, it's wonderful. Since you gave me those pills, I am sleeping like a baby." He says, "They were birth control pills, not sleeping pills." She says, "Doctor, you don't understand. Every morning in my granddaughter's orange juice, I put one pill, and at night I sleep like a baby." Two guys meet on the street in Israel. One says to the other, "Don't I know you? Aren't you from New York?" He said, "I certainly am." He says, "What's your name?" He says, "My name is Riley." He says, "Riley? What's a Riley doing in Tel Aviv?" He said, "I'm living the life of Cohn." Oh. Man walks into a bar in Miami, sees a lovely lady sitting at the end of the bar. He goes over to the bartender and says, "Bartender, please, will you please send over a drink to that beautiful lady with my compliments? And can you please put in the drink some Spanish fly?" The bartender says, "Sir, we don't have Spanish fly. We have Jewish fly." He says, "Put it in and send over." So they make the drink, they send it over. He toasts her, she toasts him, he drinks, she drinks. 5 minutes later, she puts down her drink, walks over to him, puts her hands on his shoulder, smiles at him seductively and says, "Hey, big boy, want to go shopping?" Now I'm finished with the song, Hootsatsa, Hootsatsa, like I promised not too long, Hootsatsa. All right, it took us 30 minutes, Hootsa, Hootsatsa, just be glad I'm finally finished, Hootsa, Hootsatsa, hey, Hootsa, mama, mama, feel Hootsatsa, Hootsa, mama, now it's shame, hey, Hootsa, mama, feel Hootsatsa, Hootsa, mama, come to lion's shame. More? All right, come on. Patch with the handle on. I can bounce like this a whole night, you know. You keep that. True story. I'm on my way to the theater. I'm coming down Sansom Street, and I see a gentleman, an elderly gentleman, sitting on the curb. He's crying bitter tears. Weint bittere Tränen. So I went over to him. I said, "Mister, what's the matter? His life's so terrible. What are you crying about?" He said, I weiß mir, Simmergit. Life is wonderful. I just got married to a girl. She's 26 years old. I myself, I'm 93. Simmergit. She makes with me kuts and you, muts and you. And she cooks for me, and she cleans for me. She makes my life heaven on earth. Wer is mir immer geht's, immer geht's, immer geht's, immer geht. I said, what are you crying about? He said, I can't remember where I live. Now I'm finished with the song. Hootsatsa, hootsatsa, like I promised not too long. Hootsatsa. All right, it took up 60 minutes. Hootsatsa, hootsatsa. Just be glad this time I'm finished. Hootsatsa, hootsatsa. Good night.